Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Terraformental, or welcome back if you caught my previous coverage. It's an incremental abandoned terraforming base simulator where you're effectively some guy in a cryopod who awakens to find that the base that your pod is in has been completely abandoned, leaving you behind to survive with minimal resources and no real clues of where to go other than just figure out where everybody evacuated to. It's neat. I like it. It's very text-based, it's very UI-based, but I'm a sucker for time loop games. I'm a sucker for optimization incremental games, and I'm a sucker for games that kind of play themselves sometimes. It's, you know, just every once in a while I want to play a game that just lets me zone out. Anyway, let's open our cryopod and let's go. So, I should mention at this point that I've already done a couple of the story stuff. This is my fourth loop, and so we have an amount of things. Wow. Okay. This is my fourth loop, so I have a couple of things unlocked, and I believe, yeah, we have some carryover speed. So grabbing the water bottles is going to be faster than, oh, you know what? I'm listening to the wrong music. Let me switch to my dark ambiance instead. This is synthwave, and I don't need that. Unless I broke everything. Oh, it's just suspense. Here we go. I gotta buff up my music library just because. All right. So you awaken in a cryosleep pod. The chill you feel in your bones is almost starting to become a comfort to you. It's a reminder that you've been given another chance to get things right. You're almost surprised when a rush of warm, stale air signals the opening of the pod. You've only woken up here 4 times, yet you're already pulling the release lever without even thinking about it. Okay, so let's queue up just grabbing the remaining water bottles. Oh, that way I can... Oh, control and shift to queue up a bunch of actions. So we need to do... I want to practice this one at some point because I think that would be very funny. So we want to repair the upper floor and then take the non-essential couplers. We've got plenty of food for a little bit and we can grab some more food from it, but I think we have to repair the upper floor first, and we are going to run out of water fairly quickly, but the main goal is to get a lot of these things sorted before hunger starts and before the carbon filters fail, thus running out of oxygen in the whole base. And so repairing the upper floor lets us get the generator on so we can open the door and then go get food. We can also just synthesize food now if we need to, which is probably an option. I guess presumably I can synthesize 5 food simultaneously. I'm gonna actually stop that for a bit. Let's get food and water because we are going to quickly run out here, and we should grab more. So you didn't actually realize until you finished, but when you're finished repairing the generator, you automatically went and opened the ground floor door too. You're not sure if you're just developing muscle memory from having gone through this so many times or something more, but now you're just happy to appreciate the time saved. Start to feel the creeping pangs of hunger in your belly. Okay, so we've got food and water, kind of. We've got water pouch. Oh, I'm a dingus. We actually want to use the water pouches rather than the water bottles. We're good for now, but I believe if we take the water pouches, we might consume those before the water bottles. I could be wrong. Yeah, I can double click to force consume, but I don't want to do that. The reason is that gives me extra water that I can carry into other areas, kind of. Okay, so let's go back to taking the non-essential couplers and go from there. And then I can actually go for the workshop PDA. I don't think I've ever done that before. You snag one of the PDAs on the rack, fasten the straps around your wrist. Oddly, just as you secure it, you think you see some odd cube-like objects which made up the artifact pass between your skin and the device. Only lasts a minute, or moment, then all movement ceases. After a long moment, you shake your hand to clear the image, quickly enter the significant amount you've learned so far, including the locations you're aware of. So that's new, I haven't seen that before. Let's see, so we can repair the rover power system. I guess we should finish with these. Oh, I guess I should click on this. Log not implemented. We also have a map, which is kind of useful, sort of. And then options, which is just the usual UI scale stuff. Okay. Let's see. I guess let's go back to the It's auto pause, but why? I'm actually confused as to why it's auto pausing. Yeah, I can wait. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna take metal sheets. Because we're gonna need all of those. And yeah, we are taking from the water pouches. Okay, so the carbon filters have failed. But we've still got a fair bit of oxygen, at least for the moment. Okay. Go for the office door. So now we have protein bars that we can go for as well. Let's restock on each of these. Okay. I guess let's grab the emergency suit. We're going to need that. Unfortunately, it's been like a month or three since I last played this, so I don't exactly remember the path, but it's fine. We get faster as we go along. So we can fill the air tank. We might as well start by doing that. Oh, right. The reason why I can't do more with the non-essential couplers is we need to get them out of my inventory. That's the trick. Oop. Okay, I'm going to leave that. We should make sure that I restock regularly. So one thing I liked about Incremental is you could kind of set certain priorities, like, oh, if this runs out, immediately go do it. But yeah, the reason why I can't get more of the power couplers is because my inventory was full. Brain. It is my first video for the day. I don't know. I'm not always fully, like... I don't want to say I'm not always the most competent when it comes to these things. That it is easy for me to get distracted, I guess is the easiest answer. Okay, so we can finish with the couplers, we can finish with the metal sheets. Or no, we can't. Because now, let's finish with the rover power systems, because that's how we can get more air. Okay. So, I guess next up, work on the hull. Yeah, I just have to make sure I don't run out of the basic food or water pouch first, because both of those are the things that I can get endless amounts of. That way we can save the protein bars and the small water bottles for when we're at another location and can't carry more. Wonder if we ever get better inventory space and can carry more things. And yeah, we get faster at each one of these based on how many completions I've done. Let's see. How are we doing air tank wise? Oh, and the air tank actually fills back in. So we don't actually have to worry about really any we don't have to worry about running out of air here. Or food or water, actually. So I can take all the time I need up until I get rid of the let's see, up until I get rid of the food synthesizer module, at which point time really starts ticking down. But the rest of that is fine. Let's see. It restores 2.5 air each. Oh, that's the Talos air. Got it. Oh. Persistent. Try filling the cabin with air. With a little creative engineering, you think you can trick the sensor designed to prevent the recycler from releasing air until a bottle is attached to the nozzle. You're right, you could vent air straight into the rover's cabin rather than having to fiddle with the air tanks. Won't help you outside the rover, but it might make air management a bit easier while you're traveling. Sure. Who cares if it blows up in my face? None of this functionally matters. Okay. You figure out a very quick way to trick the sensor, releasing a short burst of air into the cabin. They'll definitely be faster than filling air tanks, but while the holes in the hull are patched, they're likely not fully airtight. You might lose a bit of air using this method, but the recycler's tank is full. But if the recycler's tank is full, it'd only be wasted anyway. Okay, so don't have more room for air, but that'll give me... Yeah, so it's better than filling my air tank constantly. So in that case, let's get all of our protein bars and small water bottles. And then synthesize food. Just kind of grab a little bit of everything. Because we might as well stack each and every one of these up. And then I guess we just take the synthesizer coupler and leave. Because I'm good to go. Yeah, before we even run out of oxygen. That's awesome. This is not the dark ambient soundtrack that I put together. Huh, I wonder what happened. This is... It's extremely suspenseful. Hold up. There we go. Okay, so now that I've done that, what is this? Oh, so we can increase or reduce the priorities. Well, at this point, none of these matter. So, let's see. Oh, hello. So we do actually have prioritization. It occurs to you that all this time you've been prioritizing which supplies to use based on what's available at the moment. After all, why would you drink small water bottles when you have so many water pouches lying around? But just because there are lots of pouches here doesn't mean there will necessarily be lots elsewhere. It might be worth putting a bit more thought into what you use and when. After checking the rover systems and your stockpile of food and water, you leave Talus Station behind again. Settling in for the long journey you're getting all too used to. You stare at the slowly passing lifeless landscape, idly wondering what new mysteries you may uncover this time. I really like the fact that these kind of have a bracket of, hey, this is like new info. I think. Either way, travel towards Lorion, I assume. And yeah, I can just remember to fill the cabin with air regularly. As soon as this starts dipping out. Yeah, so once this drops below 2.5, then we fill the cabin with air. Whoop. And we just go back to what we were doing. I'm curious about the prioritization. Currently, it doesn't really make much of a difference to me, but later on it might. Now, are we getting faster at this? We are. 1.1 speed from combined action. Huh. I don't know what combined action means. And then 1.51 from sub-action boosts. Oh, because it's multiple things. Follow the coordinates. Got it. So it's multiple things that have kind of been mixed together because of prior I got it. Because previously it was split into a bunch. So once again, follow the coordinates and approach the facility. Yeah, so I can't do that one. I guess we have to bypass the I see. So it's bypass the derelict rover, follow the coordinates, approach the facility. Neat. I'm just gonna do travel to Lorion, because yeah, now you can see the individual actions here. Now, we want to keep filling the cabin with air just because every single time I get a completion, it speeds everything up a little bit. I figure if I just go, like, try and do everything, be super completionist, even if it's not faster necessarily, at the moment, it speeds things up dramatically later on. Kinda. Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, no lore. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the slowest and probably most painful part of the journey. It's where you kind of initially die, especially if you're not the most efficient. Oops, do that. Because yeah, I'd like to not have to fill my air tank at all. Ah, it's not as efficient. So the one issue on this is that this isn't going all the way up to full. That's okay. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Maybe it'll be a problem now, but then I just switch to using my air tank. Because cooldown is 30 seconds. Yeah, so I'm just barely shy of rate of replacement here, which I think is fine. Oh, right. That was one of the other issues. We actually run out of most of our food and water right as we reach the facility. But this gets considerably faster as we go along. Because I think this is the final one. We're good. Reach the top of the hill, overlooking Lorien again, hoping he'll be able to learn more this time. Alright, full cabin with air. Are we good to go? Okay, so we can leave the rover. We weave between the ragged structures around the station faster this time, keeping an eye on any that might warrant a closer look. You do spot one or two promising candidates, so it might be worth checking them out. Leave rover. Because yeah, my air tank is full. Everything else should be good. Okay, so what do we have? We have the personnel airlock, which... Have I never opened this? No, I have. Oh no, from progress in a previous attempt. So we never actually finished this one. Because we were doing other stuff and ran out of resources. Okay, so we have inspect the backup generator. Might be able to get the backup generator running again, which could provide power to the whole facility. Takes 40 seconds though, and we are out of water. Oh. We're not quite out of water. Okay, so we've got some water pouches. That's good enough. So, looks like they use the tower at the edge of the support facilities as some kind of scouting outpost. Might be some useful info up there. There's a drill and a backup generator. We also have the personnel airlock. I think, Hail Mary, we've already partly completed this one. We get a speed boost for a moment. We're going to go for the personnel airlock. I like the fact that the speed boost only applies to the earliest part of this. Earliest part of that task, and then it slows down because that's the only part that you've done so far. That's a really clever way of kind of having a little bit of progress carryover. Since the controls on the airlock aren't responding either, you resort to the manual controls. Slower and more hard work, but guaranteed to work. Small blast of air rushes out of the facility and the airlock grinds slowly open. Okay. Let's enter the vehicle bay. That'll cause me to travel. I guess in that case... Hate to do it, we're gonna check maybe these two. We might have to redo this entire process. But since these are persistent, I kind of want to get them done, even if technically I'm gonna run out of resources and reset before I can actually do anything with any of this. I just figure get any kind of persistent tasks out of the way. Or we leave some of these. Because I might be able to go further if I actually go inside. I'm just thinking if I can fix the backup generator. Because yeah, studying maps would be interesting, but that's 50 seconds. And vehicle reports... is probably for much later. So I think we just enter the vehicle bay. Okay, so we have fuel cells. That's not helpful. So, it seems they use this tower to coordinate a large number of vehicles, bringing back water and other supplies for all the people living here. There's short-range communications equipment, several maps of the area, and detailed logs of movements for the vehicles. This fuel-burning generator was a backup power supply for Lorien. Ideally, it'd only ever be used while the main generator was shut down for maintenance, but it seems as if all the extra people living here forced them to run it non-stop for weeks, perhaps even months. The prolonged usage has pretty much wrecked the generator itself, but there are a couple of fuel cells they never had a chance to use. But we don't have a use for a fuel cell. However, it's only 4 seconds each. And then we get into that. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, I probably should have put that off. Should have just gone into the vehicle bay. Either we're going to get in and spot some water and then immediately perish. Spot some water and manage to grab it somehow. 8 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close. Yeah, we're not going to make it. All right. We reset. Yeah, if I hadn't clicked on go to the rover, we would have made it. But it's fine. We're getting faster. We made some progress. I guess all of these are power systems. It'd be interesting to do force the ground door, but it takes 14 minutes. I don't think there's a way to meaningfully do that. So you awaken in a cryosleep pod. The chill creeping through your bones feels safe and familiar. If it weren't for the burning curiosity driving you to unravel the mysteries of your situation, you might be tempted to just lie here for a while. You quickly realize that something's changed, though. You still have your PDA safely strapped to your wrist. It even seems to have all the information you put on it. Why would the artifact affect it but nothing else? Oh well, all you need to know is that it works. As you quickly down the bottle of water, you're already focused on Lorien. You made it inside, but you feel certain that there's far more for you to learn there. You just have to get there faster. You also need to be better prepared for the challenges you might face there. Okay, so I guess we want to repair the upper floor, because that's how we get food. Right, because I'm not hungry yet, so there's nothing for me to do. Okay, so I'm actually going to put that as a lower priority. Let's grab 2 more, though, because the upper floor is going to take a little bit to snag it all. Unfortunately, it's a 0.2 initial bonus for completing something and a 0.01, so a 1% increase every time I take an action. Except for bigger actions. Bigger actions get a bigger boost. I don't entirely know what the full logic is. Okay, so once again, grab those water pouches since they're infinite. Right, I should be doing control. Okay. We have plenty of food, so we don't need to worry about it. So now we can also get the protein bars. I'm going to make them a lower priority. Let's just take the emergency suit. All of these are things that go reasonably quick, so I don't need to worry too much. Okay, so we want to... Oh, I see. So they've actually turned this into a combined action as well. So now take metal sheet and then repair rover hull is just one action. Same thing. Cool. So that actually, that makes everything so much more convenient. I love that. And that also means potentially, yeah, they benefit from the speed boost of both of them. Previously you would only get the speed boost for taking the metal sheet and repairing the rover hull. Oh, no, it's kind of a combined total speed boost. Working off of an average. That's still clever, and once again, considerably less management. Let's see, how am I doing on water? Water and food is fine. And now we can take metal sheets as just a bonus. But I should probably synthesize food, take the water pouch. We might as well grab all of these, because I'm going to need to do them. And there are more stored than we need, which makes this a little easier. Okay. So those are good. Then we might as well grab those and then start working on repairing the power system. Because yeah, I figure might as well have my air tank full, let this start filling back up again. Otherwise, we're going to be, it's going to be empty when we leave, and that's not great. Yeah, I probably should have actually started that earlier, because it takes about 30 seconds for it to refill no matter what. But this is still going to take some time, so hopefully should be fine. Yeah, is there anything else to really manage here? No, not so much so. So if I look at map for Lorien, nope, doesn't look like there's much I can do there. No information, no extra, like, fiddly bits. And yeah, the air tank is not going to be completely full. But it didn't run out the last time, and we didn't need it after we got to Lorien Station. I'm actually kind of curious if that eventually becomes something, like filling the cabin with air becomes something that's kind of automatic as well. Like even to the point of like synthesizing food and taking water pouch just becoming a like restock resources situation. Okay, do we have anything else? Nope. I guess I'm going to start going for the food coupler. But I won't take it out quite yet because we want to grab the last of the food. Okay, we are full up. There's nothing left. Because I'm just going to slowly work on that. I just want everything to run out first so I can fully restock them. Just wait for like a moment. Because we can also just kill time here. Because Talos still has plenty of resources. And it lets me grind. It still has plenty of oxygen, which is kind of like the time to leave. Okay. Restock on these. Oxygen tank is completely full. Water's looking good. Okay, nothing else here. Take the food coupler. Leaving the rover. Oh, I guess I could have actually queued this up before I left. Whatever, it's not a problem. Is it, actually? I'm gonna cancel this for a second. Yeah, I should have thought about that. I should have prepared for the departure before I grabbed that coupler. Okay, it's fine. Maybe. Let's see. And this does get faster. It's still slow. You know, this is still a full minute of travel. But that is still going considerably faster than it was. You know, each time I do each of these... Okay, so each of these is a 0.1 completion bonus, 0.1 speed boost for future attempts. So yeah, this is going to go a lot faster. So hopefully, I will have most of my resources by the time we get to the next area. I think I'll probably check the maps in the scouting. Oh, nope. I'll probably check the maps. Yeah, that wasn't too wasteful. Air hasn't been hugely problematic. Oh, that was just leaving the station. This is the... Oh, God. This one's 3 minutes... Well, 2 minutes long. Well. I was wondering, I was like, well, it's only a minute. The answer is no. It's like the full 3 minutes just traveling from point A to point B. Ooh, boy. Oh, I see. I can't do the right click because it stops right before the next one. You know, actually, that's fine, though, because that means we're far less likely to have the air go into the reds. And yeah, unfortunately, this is still one of those where it's pretty slow. Yeah, speed from 2 completions. So this might actually be a 0.15 increase in speed every time we do it. Good. Because yeah, it's kind of an agonizingly long segment of just waiting. But on the flip side, it is the thing that gets the biggest speed boost. Unfortunately, yeah, we're going to be approaching with limited water. However, there was water supplies inside the station. So maybe we'll be okay. I should be able to get further into the station this time around. The main question is whether or not we can find additional resources. I just figured I'd grab... I think I will still grab the fuel rods before I go in, because I might be able to, like, power the facility while I'm in there. Okay. Let's see. Problem is, I only have 1 water bottle left again. Or no, 2. It's going to be a little tricky. Much faster is that getting? That's pretty quick. And it looks like the fill air tank and fill cabin with air action is the same. So it gets the same benefit. Okay. So I'm going to force consume one of those, take one of those. We are completely stacked. And yeah, I think we just leave. Okay, so we can do take food, take water. Because we want those fuel cells. That's a... yeah. Because something might be useful there. And then I think I'm going to study... Let's do the drill first. The maps might be useful, but that might be for later. I could check both. Yeah, the main problem is we just don't have enough water pouches. So you weave between the ragged structures of the station, quickly reaching the vehicle bay door. Oh, you know what I could do? Before I study the maps, let's actually just right-click Lorien facility itself, so that we can get in the door with time to spare if we are about to run out of water. These compact laser drilling platforms are one of the most important parts of the early stages of terraforming, releasing underground pockets of gases which will become the basis of the new atmosphere. As far as you can tell, this one is working perfectly, or at least was, right up until the main power went down. A couple of small holes show where it had drilled previously, with one of them still providing a light breeze as the gas continues to steadily escape. Perhaps you'll learn more from a similar structure near Talos. Oh, so that's actually something to go check out next time I start. So, problem is I'm completely out of water. I'd like to study maps, but how much water do I have? Okay, if I study maps, it's going to take 50 seconds, which would give me, okay, this is doable. We're going to study maps. This is going to cost 50 seconds. I have a minute and 20 seconds, and dropping. I had a minute and 20 seconds of water. It takes 8 seconds to grab a water pouch on the inside of the facility, so I'm cutting it close, but I want to get these persistent things done. Because the sooner I get them done completely, the sooner I unlock things outside. Potentially like more food and water, for example. Because, yeah, I'd like to prioritize getting as many of the persistent upgrades as I can. I just don't want to, like, shotgun run, or shotgun. I don't want to doom a run too early just because I'm being impatient, functionally, or overzealous. Sadly, the maps don't extend far enough to show you the new terraforming facilities. What they do show is an underground tunnel that was built between Lorien and Talos. The two facilities must... Wait, underground tunnel between the two? Two facilities must have been working together very closely to warrant putting that much effort into keeping them connected. You have to go a little out of your way to reach the entrance, which is why you've never seen it before. But once you're there, it'd be a much faster route. So that's actually huge. That saves us an insane amount of time getting from the two stations. All right, let's enter the facility and immediately scavenge for water because, oh gosh, we are almost going to die of thirst. My character is extremely flimsy. Okay, so I think we immediately just get 5 of each of these, because we're going to need both. Yeah, the problem is because I was already so thirsty, that makes this a lot trickier. Because, yeah, I'm just going to pretty much consume all of this. So we could inspect vehicles, but that's components. So I think we explore the facility next. Yeah, just restock on everything. And yeah, this is an action, yeah, we haven't done before. We have no carryover bonus from the previous zones. Oh. Yeah, I don't have any oxygen. There's no power in the facility. So I'm largely on my own in here. So be it. We were already out of those water pouches. If only I could somehow mutate and be more of a desert man. Oh well, it's fine. I guess let's just scavenge for the last bit of food first, because we want as much completion on that as we possibly can. I'm running out of oxygen. Oh, no. Lorien is running out of oxygen that is still remaining. I still have some. So once again, it's probably going to be lack of water that kills me unless we can find a faucet somewhere to restock. That's okay. I mean, we've made it in, so everything is feeling good. Just a matter of the slow wait. But, like, I kind of love it. It's one of those where, like, yeah, the slow wait and the expectation is kind of annoying, but I do really appreciate the story being told here. Okay. I'm immersed. I love exploring derelict stations with mysteries and whatnot. So, although the general layout seems to be... Here, I'm going to actually do something. There we go. I'm just going to be on the side. Oh. Like, positioned correctly. There we go. I've got to figure out some, like, better way of handling my PNG tuber. So I can just reset its size. Oh, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. All right. Anyway, I'm going to be on this side because this way I'm covering events, which there are no events. Anyway, although the general layout seems to be very similar to the Talos facility, most of the rooms seem to have been repurposed to accommodate larger numbers of people than the designers ever intended. Meeting rooms became mess halls, decontamination rooms used as communal showers, all to support the people who are living in the vehicle bay. The doors to the upper floor and the administrator's office are in the same places. Only one door is completely unfamiliar to you. Let's inspect the upper floor. It's 8 seconds. So the door to the upper floor is the same place it was in Talos. If you can open it, you might be able to restore the main power supply, or at least the backups. So we have, let's see. You're pleasantly surprised to discover the door leading to the upper floor of Lorien is wide open. Judging by the dents and scrape marks on it, someone already forced it open. So we can explore the upper floor, admin door, unknown door. I think we just do upper floor for the time being. We're looking for water. it could be in the vehicles too. You check on the cryopods first, but are unsurprised that all the backup power for the few occupied ones also failed and their occupants are dead. Whether or not they were alive when they went into the pods is impossible to tell at this point. Seeing them lying there reminds you of your own awakening in an identical pod. Oh, right. Yeah, with the door to the upper floor is already standing open, you may as well check him out. Okay, I'm not quite dead. So seeing them lying there reminds you of your own awakening in an identical pod. Your knowledge tells you that while some memory loss is a fairly common side effect of the cryogenic process, it shouldn't be lasting this long. Even without the time loop, your memories should have returned by now. Every system you find on the upper floor is showing heavy signs of wear, which is hardly surprising given the number of people they were apparently supporting. The air recycler is the best maintained and should keep running for some time, assuming you can keep it powered. Power will be the biggest issue though, since the main reactor is completely unsalvageable, along with the food synthesizer and water recycler. The one useful thing you do is find a control terminal which allows you to shut off the emergency systems. You're not sure yet if you'll be able to get any power into these systems, or if you even need to, but if you do, shutting down the emergency systems you don't need will allow you to save some of that power. I guess admin door next. We are running out of time, but that's okay. We're lucky we can just get in admin the same way. And water's going to be by limitation, but it's fine. As long as I can get a bunch of these blue actions done. Oh, I should have read that one. Oh well. Just like Talos, the door to the administrator's office has been locked with a code. And the Talos admin code doesn't work here. It looks like you'll either need to force it open or crack the password too. Of course, you can't hack anything without power. So, force the admin door. But that's going to take, only 40 seconds. You'll have to keep forcing it every time you want to get in here, but at least it shouldn't take too long. Inspect the rover charger, but we need power. Inspect the unknown door. I think we just work on that. Because, yeah, the vehicles are going to take the longest amount of time. We just don't have that time. I'm probably going to get toasted before I can actually make any more progress here. However, we should be able to get to this facility much faster this time around. Oh, right. The other door you found has no equivalent in Talos, so you have no idea where it might lead. Perhaps something in the area will tell you more. The door's marked as leading to the mining wing, but this clearly isn't a mining facility. Everything from the layout to the systems indicate there's nothing more or less than Talos was, a terraforming facility. There shouldn't be any mining equipment here, so where could this door lead? It's a heavy blast door, so you'll need to provide it with power to get it open. Okay, and let's just inspect the vehicles. I think we're going to have to force the admin door. If we want to get the power on. Or it's something elsewhere. Alright. That's a lot. There's a lot to learn at Lorien Station, and each time you reach it, you learn a little more. Okay, so let's... Same deal. At least this is getting a little faster every time. Okay. So nothing new? No. Looks like we actually start with a bottle of water. So what is Get Up? Oh, so Get Up is actually repairing the emergency floor, taking the emergency suit, unlocking the office door. That's why it's taking so long. Because more and more of these actions are being wrapped into a single event. Or into a single action to speed things up. Okay. Now, we don't really need to rush any of these things. I'm hoping I could get like a bag or something, increase my carrying capacity. We keep leaving multiple water bottles behind. Oh. Load generator onto the rover. That's new. I haven't done that before. Oh, okay. That makes total sense then. Okay. So first and foremost, water, food, and air tank. We can... No, I guess... we should do water and food just so I don't have to waste time later. Maybe? I guess the one thing I could do is actually wait to synthesize... Oh. Oh well. Yeah, I could wait to synthesize the food so that I can actually extract the rest of these... Or... I drink some of the water bottles considering how many we have available to us. That way I would speed things on a little bit. Or, yeah, because it's a completely different speed boost for both. I think this is like very minor minutia. So now that you're more aware of the rover's power limitations, it occurs to you that you may need to recharge it at some point. You should check the equipment repaired for doing so. Okay, so we are stocked up? Almost. Yeah, these are going nice and quick. I'm just going to fill some of these. Just have them kind of ready. Okay, so do we do... I mean, I guess let's just inspect the rover charger. And yeah, I'm going to leave the generator for now. Because yeah, it'll be a tight fit, but you should be able to load a mobile generator from the workshop onto the rover. Fortunately, it seems the equipment responsible for converting the facility's power to a safe form for the rover's power cells has been scavenged for parts. You'll need to find some other place to charge the rover. Okay. Yes, let's leave the... take the synthesizer. Let's leave these on just kind of partial completion. Restock, leave them almost completed. All right, let's start working on repairing the hull, repairing the system. These are still pretty slow. But I mean, we've still got it down to half the time. Originally, repairing the rover hull was like a full 2-minute process, and I'd have to alternate between grabbing the metal sheets and not. So this is just much faster. I still kind of feel like this is one of those situations. I like the real-time aspect of it, but I almost... like, if I ever make one of these, I think I'd make it turn-based, kind of, sort of. Each action has, like, a time unit cost that is just exacted automatically, so there's no just waiting for the meter to tick down. The one thing I will say within that is that, like, watching your meter run out in real time is definitely a lot tenser. Which I do really appreciate. Okay, are we stocked up? Mostly stocked up. Keep going with those. Yeah, I really like the idea of leaving everything almost completed. Especially now when we have functionally infinite resources. You know, once the air in Talos Station runs out, then that's a problem. But at least at the moment, it's not a limitation in the slightest. We leave here well before it runs out, and unless more things get added to Talos Station, that will remain true kind of for forever. Okay. So remove full power cell. Remove one of the cells which power all of the rover systems. With the tools in the area, you should be able to remove it much faster. So this gives me an extra power cell, which is quite useful. So if I completely remove the full power cell, this place starts running out. But that's not a problem. Okay, is there anything else? Oh, right. Let's just prep to leave in the rover. Because, yeah, if I have all of these queued up and ready to go, then I can just do bang, 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 and leave. Which I think we do right now, actually. We're looking pretty good. So take the fuel coupler, food synthesizer coupler. Oh. We don't need more than that. Oh, interesting. So because I did that, oh, that's an interesting choice. Oops. Well, we got protein bars. We're going to switch to that for the time being. This is fine. Okay, so I'll set that to auto for the time being. So we're not going to eat any of the basic food. We have protein bars. Oh. The rovers weren't designed to take power directly from a generator like this. You'd have to make a few adjustments. Make it useless for powering anything other than the rover. But you could hardwire them together. At least you have plenty of tools to do it with. I think we actually don't want to do that. Yet. So I think we actually leave. Okay. So now that we've done that, we can travel to Lorien. We can remove a power cell. Find the tunnel to Lorien. Install the power cell. Install the generator. Inspect the drill. Let's start by inspecting the drill and the tunnel to Lorien. We don't want to go back to Talos. There's no real reason to do so. But I figure if we inspect the drill, we might be able to find out useful things. So while passing near the support facilities, you could check out one of the drills to compare it with the one you inspected near Lorien. Fill the cabin with air. Don't forget about that. Makes my life easier. And I'm just going to set this back on auto. Let's see. As you maneuver the rover out of Talos, you remember your inspection of the drill near Lorien. Maybe you should check the similar structure while you're here. First glance, it appears to be identical to the one you checked outside Lorien, except this one's still active. Its tightly focused laser is currently melting its way towards a new pocket of gas. Yet there are already several holes below the machine. You must have already released a lot. Frustratingly, you feel like you still don't have enough information to pin down what seemed wrong. Definitely something to do with the terraforming process, but beyond that, you're unsure. You have to keep an eye out for more clues. Oh. Because yeah, if we can find the tunnel, that makes this moderately easier. Takes a bit of searching before you finally spot the entrance to the underground tunnel, which should take you directly to Lorien, but now that you know where it is, you'll be able to make a beeline for it in future loops. So, let's see. I can fill my air tank. Oh, and it doesn't look like there's any... Well, I guess we're just doing this. It doesn't look like there's any particular reason for me to do, to take the regular route anymore. At least not at the moment. That does reset all of the speed bonus that I had. However, it's a 2-minute flat to get there. So yeah, now that you know where the entrance is, the tunnel can get you between Talos and Lorien far faster than the above ground route. The smooth downward tunnel uses a lot less power than traversing the rough ground. Okay, we should also be running this. There were some of these I could set to automatic as well. I wasn't sure if there's going to be anything special between there. Oh. Also drains potentially less power. It'll definitely, as we get faster at doing this, it'll drain considerably less power. Let's see. I do wonder if forcing the doors in admin. No, I don't know. We'll leave that for later. The reason why I'm kind of considering forcing doors in admin is mostly centered around the idea of, like, in Lorien Station, eventually we're going to want to get to the point where we can run through the whole thing without using up too much power. And so if we could actually force stuff to not have to install the generator, maybe that works better. We'll have to see what's behind all the other doors. Right now, we need to search them. But later, who knows? And yeah. Unfortunately, once again, we have run out of water. But the tunnel is... I don't actually know if the tunnel's faster. It doesn't seem like I'm losing as much water this time around, so maybe it's fine. Okay, so we can move the generator into Lorien. Yeah, it'd be a pain to drag the generator back to the rover and all the way through the personal airlock, but you can hook it up to the Lorien power grid. You should have plenty of power for everything you need, so long as you have fuel. You can also go back to Talos for some reason, which implies that we might go back. The tunnel is everything you hope for. Flat, mostly straight, and lets you out a short distance from the outer edge. The Lorien support facilities will only be a lot faster than traveling over the desert. It will be a lot less of the rover's power to get there. So it is going to take a minute to move the generator. So in that case, we leave the rover first. Because we don't have all... Well, okay, we barely have... Oh, ew. Okay, gather supplies. And I think I'm going to study the vehicle reports. It's going to punish me a little bit. But, again, I'm trying to get every blue action done first. And then we return to the rover and drag the generator over. And that might actually be all of my resources. Who knows? But at least we can do this again faster. Yeah, whoever was keeping watch from the tower kept records where each vehicle was going and what they were doing while they were living here. And who knows, maybe there's a rover nearby with a cache of water in it. Okay. The vast majority of the reports are uninteresting, simply tracking which vehicles went where and what they brought back with them. Only one entry catches your eye. Apparently a rover was sent out as a scouting mission but never returned and was never found. If you search the area they were last seen, maybe you could salvage some useful gear from what's left. Okay, so let's return to the rover. Because that should restock my air while I'm here, maybe. Let's see, fill cabin with air real quick, sure. And then we want to move generator. We're not going to make it. But I'm kind of okay with that. The tunnel progress, like we lost so much time on that tunnel progress, even just doing it again should go much faster. I might skip ahead for that part just to, you know, save us the initial grind, but who knows, as things go even faster, maybe it won't be a problem. Okay, wake up. Usual business. Okay, so we've got a couple of options here. None of them are great. We actually still have a decent amount of water, but we've made it to Lorien. We've got a decent amount of water left, which is kind of lucky that that tunnel is amazing. Oh, so we can actually gather supplies from outside without having to exit the rover. So let's actually do that real quick. Huh. Why'd everything else disappear? That's weird. Where'd my rover go? Oh, I see. Had to return to rover first. So we've got a couple of options. One of which is really interesting. We could actually go for the lost rover. It's going to take 45 seconds. It's going to take a minute and a half, which I'm not the happiest about. But maybe we do it. Go looking for the rover that went missing. It's certainly different. However, I think for now, I'm actually going to move the generator into Lorien and let's see what happens. At least we get the speed boost. The other rover is going to be good, but I think I'm going to leave that for once we have a better speed boost through that tunnel. Oh, we should also fill the cabin with air. It's just, air hasn't really been a huge issue for me up until this point. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So each power cell has a capacity of 100 power. So removing it, yeah, removing the power cell takes away the capacity. Yeah, all right. I'll just keep that in mind. I've actually got a ton of food and water. Okay, let's quickly just kind of restock on a couple of things. Okay, and then yeah, move the generator to Lorien. Okay, so we can scavenge for food and water. Install the generator. It's going to take a little while, though. I think we probably just go for the water. They're water pouches. We have none. So we'll just grab those resources, and then we install the generator, which hopefully gives me some stuff. I don't know. It feels like the world's kind of become weirdly my oyster at the moment, just due to the sheer amount of extra supplies that I have on hand. I'm curious about that other rover, but I think we're going to have to leave that for a future video on this, where I can check it out. I would record this as a much more like active series. I know people enjoyed my first video on this game. The main problem is it's still in early access and it's getting regular updates. They're not fast enough that I want to like huge commit to it. Instead, I'd rather just occasionally, occasionally release a video on the game where, it's like, hey, it exists, it's free to play, and it's actually quite good. I do hope this comes to Steam in a paid way at some point, just like $5, just as a like means of giving back to the developer for making a cool game. Even if it's mostly just watching meters fill. I don't know, there's something about it. Always catches my interest. Catches my imagination in a way that I feel like a lot of games don't, even if it's like the most simple thing ever. I'd seen a comment from somebody talking about how they have kind of this like reverse, a game with really scrungly pixel art and good reviews means that it has to be an incredible game, but a game with really good pixel art and good reviews, it might actually just entirely be because people are wowed by the aesthetic. I'm misquoting them kind of aggressively on this one, but it's an interesting point to be made that if you make like a really popular, really good game with functionally nothing, that's actually like a really good sign. I do also recognize that to some degree I am... Okay, add some fuel to the generator. I think I am also expressing my desire to play Orb of Creation. I've been waiting for that to get an update for forever, and it's one of those where it's like, it'll happen someday, but I'm filling the void with a bunch of other like really good incremental games. It's just nothing quite scratches the itch. but it's so tempting. Okay, so you settle in for the long journey. Okay, we did that. As the generator begins draining fuel from the cell, the emergency lights throughout the facility flicker to life, and you hear the faint whirring of other systems starting up. Even with it only running the backup systems, the fuel won't last long. You better head upstairs and disable the unhelpful ones. Yerp. Turn that off. Oh my god, that... Oh, no. It's draining the mobile generator to give power to the facility, but that goes extremely fast. Okay, so I guess I should have inspected the vehicles first. Oh well. You quickly shut down all the backup systems you can. Some, like the air recycler, running on minimum power, practically hardwired, so you can't do anything about them. But it's still reassuring to see the power drain rapidly, dropping to a less concerning level. So let's... 3 minutes to hack. Oh gosh. So the problem is, no, we actually do have enough water. I can open the mining wing. There doesn't seem to be any locks keeping the door closed, but it's a blast door, so you'll need a bit of power to run the motors. I think we open this up just in case it has supplies. Could blow up in my face. At least I've got 3 fuel cells left. That's travel, so let's leave that alone. The door grinds open but jams partway, leaving the motors to strain and grind and complain. Standard operation of these doors is to return to their previous state after a few seconds if they detect a jam. You have time to slip through before anything happens, but there's no guarantee you'll be able to open it again from the other side. And you don't have anything strong enough to wedge it open. Okay, so let's probably hack the admin door. It'd be interesting to force it, but if I can hack it, that'll be better. I guess I should probably add fuel to the generator, as we're going to run out of power before things run out. Okay. So, full in 4 minutes. Doesn't say how much we have left, but yeah, if we can get the admin door hacked, then we just know the password for future runs. The consistent background noise of the mobile generator stutters for a few seconds, then stops as the fuel cell runs out. It's fine. We're not gonna have much time left after this is done, but that's okay. At least we don't have to worry about oxygen. Let's see, so how much power do we have left? We got 10 minutes. Yeah, I think we're fine. I'll save the rest of my fuel cells for now. Let's see, because yeah, I could have forced the door, which, I mean, is faster, but once I've got the admin door completely hacked, we never have to worry about it again. Main worry, at the most part, is just how much water I have. I have enough for this, but then we're going to be looking pretty low. And maybe that's fine. Let's see, is there anything else really to think about or manage at the moment? Nope. Not really. I mean, it's one of those where, like, I kind of wish the game had just, like, a little bit of something going on in the background. Especially for really long actions, like hacking the admin door or driving, just, like, a really basic fidget. Like, oh, you know what I could do? I could just pull up, like, a Picross game and just run that on the side. That wouldn't be the most terrible idea. The problem is I would get hooked on the Picross. And then I get distracted. I don't know. It's not necessary. I'm just thinking, like, it'd be kind of nice if I just had, like, a little Picross here that could swap one of these windows out and just solve Picross while I'm waiting. Yeah, I don't want to pull up a Picross website. And this is only going to take, like, another minute. Like, any amount of fidget time killing is not really necessary. Better to just focus on commentary and chat about stuff instead. Which is entirely okay. Let's see, I'm just kind of looking around at everything else on the UI in case there's anything I've missed. Uh-oh. We might actually run out of water. Well, either we're going to get the password, or at least we are going to get a massive speed boost for the next time. Yeah, I have literally nothing I can do. It is a race against time. I thought we had a little bit more than we do. They're like so lined up. Nah, died right before I finished hacking it. That is agony. It's fine. Anyway, I am going to taunt you all with that as an ending because it is going to take multiple minutes for me to get back and I don't want to do that. So anyway, I might as well mention at this point that Terraformental is available on itch.io as a free web app. You can download it, but it's honestly easier to just play it in your browser. It's one of the better incremental games I've played in a while. It's very much just action efficiency, time management, some level of like prioritization, and has a really interesting story that I dig. I love going through abandoned derelict stations and stuff, and this scratches that itch in such a perfect way and makes me want to play more of it. But for now, I'm going to leave it here just because, I don't know, I have so many other games to get to, and I don't want to get to the end of the content for this game before it comes out. Hopefully there won't be a required reset when it launches, but there might be. We'll figure that out when we do. For now, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, I'll see you next time.